Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Adam and today we are doing a Beast Quest retrospective video on Series 18, The Trial of Heroes. So with this retrospective, I'm going to be introducing each beast at the start of this video, as well as then going one by one to each beast, explaining what I like about them, describing the design, abilities and fight, as well as how they perform in Battle of the Beasts. So a fair amount to talk about with each of these beasts, and yeah. And then after that I'll be giving my overall opinion on each beast, given giving my overall opinion on the series, what I think about this series and how I think it ranks compared to the others, especially the ones before them. And with that, and then I'm going to end it with a ranking of these beasts from my least favourite to favourite. So with that, let's introduce these beasts that I'm talking about for this episode. So for Series 18, The Trial of Heroes, introduced 4 beasts of Beast Quest, being Krytor the Bloodbat, Soara the Sting Inspector, Drogan the Jungle Menace, and finally Corixa the Diamond Warrior. These beasts are all okay in my opinion, and I do have a fair amount to say regarding them, but with that, let's get into the retrospective and talk about each one by one. Krytor the Bloodbat. On the design aspect, Krytor looks okay, intimidating but nothing special. I will say I think his design is better than Fang's though. Abilities is to be expected and not really impressive, but it was used as well. It was used as well as it could be considered. The best ability is echolocation and flight. The fight was okay, but it felt rushed and it was kind of simple, with a lasso being caught on Krytor's talon and Krytor flies off, smashing Tom into roofs. The best part, with that being the best part of the fight, as it's actually different from other fights in the entire series. Okay. In Battle of the Beasts, Krytor took part in 2 tournaments, and all I need to say is that he died in round 1 in both tournaments, so it's not a great reputation under his belt regarding Battle of the Beasts, but hey ho, not every beast is perfect. Soara the Sting Inspector. The design is honestly one of the best designs of a beast which is based off an animal. I absolutely adore the design. I think it's beautiful. The abilities are also good, with some great abilities like whirlpool creation, gelatinous body, and poison manipulation. Unfortunately, it wasn't executed very well and feels kind of wasted. The fight was very short, as there was an entire B plot in the book with piranha pirates, and when the fight started, it was Tom being used as bait to lure Soara. And then one short scuffle later, it ends with Soara going boom, and we're done. In Battle of the Beast, Soara makes it to round 2 in New Generation and round 1 in All Generation before dying. Overall, this beast looks great, but once she is red, you see that she oozes with missed potential, and I'm just disappointed. Drogan the Jungle Menace. To absolutely no one's surprise, I am not a fan of Drogan's design at all. I've never been the biggest fan of Monkey Beast, and Drogan hasn't changed that opinion at all. However, his design is better than Claw and Tychron's, but that's because of his claws on his knuckles being a nice touch. His abilities are to be expected and not exactly used well, making them underwhelming. The fight was also underwhelming, but in this fight, Amelia finally started working with Tom and Alina rather than against them. But apart from that, the fight had nothing special going for it. In Battle of the Beast, Drogan made it to round 2 in New Generation before being eliminated, and in All Generation he died in round 1 and had his claws be used by Jakara in every round after round 1. Corixa the Diamond Warrior. When it comes to humanoid designs, there is a fine line between a good one or bad one, and Corixa falls into the bad side of that fine line, as it looks kind of dull in my opinion. The abilities are the best of the series, as they are all good, with abilities like Diamond Physiology and Solar Absorption resulting in energy vision. And unlike Soara, her abilities are executed very well. The fight spanned over most of the book and is the best fight in the series, and ended in a good way, with Corixa's strength being used against her. As for Battle of the Beast, however, her reputation hasn't been great, as she died in round 1 to Wardock in the New Generation tournament, And in the All Generation tournament, she died in round 2 to Skra. And that's Series 18. Yeah, not much to really say about these beasts because as a general series, I personally think this series is a rip off of Series 13, having Tom and Alina embark on an adventure to a distant land to just prove themselves worthy of being Master of the Beasts, but this time it's a competition against someone else. I personally think this series ripped off Series 13 and made it worse. And it had 3 beasts building up to the final one, and the final one was it had a good fight and good abilities. The design really pulls it down for me. So Series 18 for me, compared to Series 17, is worse. Compared to Series 16, it's better. And then compared to Series 15, it's so much worse to the point where it's almost embarrassing. So we're still in that little slump of Beast Quests where the seasons are not that great. Onto the beasts, though, talking about them, there was one with a beautiful design but was let down by the fight barely having her in it and the abilities not being executed well despite being good abilities. You got 2 beasts with mediocre designs, with mediocre abilities and mediocre fight, and then you got another beast with a bad design but great abilities that were used well and a fight which was also very well done as well. As for the ranking, we have, in my opinion, 4th place, my least favourite of this series, being Drogan the Jungle Menace, and that is solely because I do not like the monkey beast at all, and at this point I'm just continuing on a trend that my least favourite beast of each series is a monkey. 3rd place, and not by a lot, is Soara the Stinging Spectre. I've never been more disappointed about a beast than I have with this one, and this would probably be, in my opinion, the most disappointing beast to ever be released on Beast Quest. 2nd place, we have Krysaur the Bloodbat, and that's for the sole reason he, along with Soara and Drogan, are no match compared to the best beast of this series, to the point where I can't even lie and say that Krysaur is the best beast of this series, because obviously it's Corrix the Diamond Warrior. I do not know anybody who would think that Krysaur, Soara, or Drogan's better than this beast, and quite frankly, I don't really want to know, because Corixa is ultimately the one with the best abilities, the best fight, and probably the best reputation in Battle of the Beast, despite not being a great one. Series 18 has not done great in Battle of the Beast at all. If there's anything I can really say about Series 18 which really pulls it up, is actually Emilia as a character. Despite me being a Beast guy, I don't focus on the story very much, but despite being the Beast guy, I don't focus on the story very much, so I don't really talk about it. But the story, despite being a rip-off of Series 13, I think is actually done alright. Not a bad rip-off, but Beast-wise, it is terrible. And when it comes to Emilia as a character, I think she's a good foil for Tom, where she was probably written better than Rotu was. However, I still prefer Rotu over Emilia because we actually see Rotu return. But that is my opinion on Series 18. The Trial of Heroes. Not really much to say about Series 18 because ultimately, though, it's a miracle I even have that much to say about it. To me, Series 18 is such a nothing series to where I don't have much to say. And that's all I can really say. After this retrospective, Series 19's retrospective will be coming out, and I do have something to say about this one. So I'll end the video now, get to recording Series 19, and I'll release it at some point in the future. Don't know when that'll be, though. Till then, hope you liked what you saw. Leave a like if you like what you saw. Leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.